I hope everyone is doing well. The multi-agent feature in Copilot Studio is now available to everyone in early access environment. So I wanted to create a quick video just to show you how you can get started by creating a multi-agent architecture. So here I'm already logged into Copilot Studio instance. I'll start by creating a new agent so that I can walk you through all the steps that are needed to set up your multi-agent architecture. So let's skip to configure, and I'll call my parent agent or my main agent Travel Buddy. So we'll have an agent that can help users basically plan their vacation. So I'll say you are an agent that can help or with that helps users plan their vacation. Please always respond in friendly and professional tone. So that's the description we have. For the instructions, we can, let me just copy this. I have the instructions ready here. So let's say you are a travel buddy agent who can help users plan their vacation for a specific country or a city. When user asks to plan a vacation, create a detailed itinerary by day. We should include must-see attraction and also include mode of transport, suggested time to leave, etc. Also consider each user's special request, like traveling with 5-year-old should show kid-friendly activities. So this is the basic instructions we are giving to our travel buddy agent. Um, so here, that's the only thing I want to set right now, and then I'll click on create. So this will create the skeleton for my agent. So you can see the description is here. I'll just wait for it to be set up. Okay, looks like it's loading. So while this is loading, I can go to settings. Oh, here. So instructions have come through. So I have my instructions that we entered. We have our description. You can see the response model is GPT-4o. You can change this based on your requirements. So I can click on edit and I can change the default models. So this is something I explained in my last video. So now we give you the option of changing the default model. So you can see I can change it from here. But for now, I'll just keep it to GPT-4o. So what we want to do, so just to show you again, from settings, I'm going to go and make sure we have the generative AI orchestration turned on. I'll turn on deep reasoning in case you need it. The main thing that you need to turn on for multi-agent scenarios is this setting here. So this allows other agents to be connected to this one. So you need to switch this flag on. And then if you want to change anything else, you can change. So I'll change my moderation to medium or moderate. And then I want this agent to use information from web, and everything else you can keep as is. So this is the only setting that I changed. So make sure you turn the connected agents flag to on. This would allow you, or this would allow this agent to connect to other agents. So once that's done, click on save. Make sure this is saved. And then we're going to go back to our agent. Okay, so now that we have turned on the multi-agent flag on, let's go ahead and test this. So first we can say, can you and say, can you help me plan a 2-day trip to Paris? And here, because we are allowing it to search across the web, it should give us a detailed itinerary for Paris. So here you can see it's able to get me a detailed itinerary for my 2-day trip to Paris. So this tells me that it's able to create itineraries correctly. So we'll reset this and then go back to Overview tab. So now if you scroll down on Overview tab, you can see we have this new agents section. And this is where you will be adding your connected agents. So there are two types of connected agents. One is the concept of parent and child. So you can create a child agent for this particular agent. So this agent, Travel Buddy agent, would become the parent, and then we would create a child agent. And that child agent can be called by the parent as needed. So that's one type of multi agent scenario. The other agent that you can connect to is a standalone agent. So that could be any agents that you might have already created. So any agents that you have already created can also be connected. So those are standalone agents that you have already created here or your organization might have created. So the advantage of creating parent-child agent setup is if you have a large use case and you have a dedicated team that needs to focus on specific part of that use case, you can create a child agent so that that team can work, do all the work that is needed using that child agent. That way they don't need to touch any of the other configuration on the parent agent. Similarly, if you can break down your use case into more of a departmental or a function based use case. So for example, if you have a HR use case where you're connecting to different HR tools, then you have a finance use case, then in those scenarios you might want to create a standalone agents. So you'll have one standalone agent for HR, one standalone agent for finance, and then you can allow these agents to talk to each other as needed. So for any enterprise-wide use cases or departmental use cases, it makes sense to create a standalone agent. Whereas for a single use case, which you need to break down by specific modules, you can create a parent-child relationship. So I'll show in this demo, I'm going to show you both the examples. So we'll start by creating a child agent. So the way to create a child agent is you can click on Add Agent, and then you can say Create an Agent. So when you do that, because we are already inside our parent agent, now it's going to create a child agent. So you can see it's taking us to this new tab that's added called Agents. And this is where you will fill out all the details for your child agent. So we'll call this child agent flight booking agent, and then we'll say this agent can book flights between departure city and destination city, can help flights in departure city. Okay, that's the description. We don't need any of this. For the instruction, we can say you are a flight booking agent, and user wants to book a flight. Please search for flight flight options using provided tools, or we can say flight options between departing city and destination city using provided tools. So that's the instruction we gave it. And now we have to add a tool here. So I already have a agent flow that allows me to search for flights between two cities. So here you can see I have this flight search agent flow. So I'm going to add that, and I'll say add to the agent. So here, okay, so our tool is now added. We can just review everything. We have instructions. We don't have any knowledge. I want to make sure the web search is turned off. And then for tools, what we can do is, let's make sure, actually don't leave, let's save this first. And then when we go to tools here, because we added this as a child agent, any tools that are added to the child agents are going to be showing here. So you can see this is right now only available to flight booking agent. So if I want to change anything, I can click on this. I just want to make sure the inputs are correct. So the inputs are departing city. So let's make sure. Please enter your departing city. Then I'll say, please enter your destination city. So that's the only thing we need here. And we want it to use GenAI to create the response. Okay, everything else looks good. I'll say this tool allows searching for flights between departing city and destination city. So okay, so let's save this. And now we can test the scenario. So before that, we can update the instruction on our main parent agent. So we only had this one set of instructions. Let's add the second one. So we can say if user wants to search for flight information, use the flight booking agent. If there are no direct flight, suggest connecting flights based on flight data available to you. Okay, so this is now going to allow this parent agent to use the child agent that we just added here. So let's go ahead and test it. So now we can say, can you help me plan a 2-day trip to Paris? And it's using the web to create an itinerary for me. So you can see here, it's using knowledge from web and it's created this detailed itinerary. I can say, can you also show me flights options? And now it should call my child agent, which it's calling here. And it's going to be, for some reason, it's not taking. Let's ask again, can you See why it didn't take flight options here. Can you help me find flights between New York and Paris? So this time you can see it's taken the departing city and destination correctly. It's able to get me the response and is showing the flight options. So this is good. So it's able to now create an itinerary, and then it's also able to call this child agent and give us the flight information. So now you have seen how we have added a child agent that performs a specific function. So in our case, this flight booking agent can only book flights. It's not connected to anything else. So every time it needs to book a flight for user, it's going to call this agent in order to check available flights. So I think we have covered that. Now let's go ahead and also look at an example where we can add a standalone agent. So let's create a standalone agent first. So I'm going to go back to my agents, and then I'll create a new agent. I'll just click skip to configure. I'll call this L search agent. And this agent, you are an agent that can help search for hotels in a given city. Instruction, you will say you are an agent that can help users search for hotel options for a given city. Please use available tools to search for hotel information based on city provided by the user. Okay, so that's the instruction, and then we're going to create this. And once this is created, we want to add the tool. So it's still loading the instructions. So we can go to settings, make sure all the Gen AI features are turned on. So let's make sure we can connect it to other agents. We have GPT-4, and then we don't want this agent to use knowledge from the web. So let's save that. Okay. And then go back. Hopefully all the instructions are there. Okay, the instructions are loaded. We need to make sure we publish this. So in order to add this agent to my other travel buddy agent, we need to publish this. So you can only add agents that are in publish status. If it's not published, you cannot add those agents to the agents that you're creating. So make sure you're publishing this agent before you connect it to your travel buddy agent. So we'll just wait for this to get published. Okay, it's published now. So now we're going to go back to our main travel buddy agent. And now on the overview page, we can go to agents section and add this standalone agent. So now, because we are adding a existing standalone agent, we are going to click on Copilot Studio and then click on hotel search agent, the one that we just created. This all looks good. And then we'll So make sure the description is right, because that's what is going to be used to make sure the travel buddy agent can invoke this agent. So now we have added this to our travel buddy agent, and now we should be able to test. So let's start testing from start. So let's say, can you, and oh, let me make sure I didn't add the tool for hotel search. I already have a flow, so I need to go back to my hotel search because we wanted to use a specific API to get the hotel information. So I'm going to add this tool. So the hotel search, I have this agent flow that makes a call and it gets the hotel information. So I'm adding this to my hotel search option or hotel search agent. Okay, the tool is added. Let's make sure it's on. And I'm just going to review the inputs on this. So we have, it's available to this. Okay, and then please enter the city where you want to search for hotels. Okay, so that's the only input we have, and we don't need to change anything. Okay, we want to make sure it uses Gen AI to respond back, and then we'll save this, and we need to publish again. So what I have done is now just added a tool to my hotel search agent so that it's able to call the API to get hotel information. So once this is published, we can go back to our main travel buddy agent. Okay, now that we have published uh, the hotel search agent, we can go back to our main travel buddy agent, and we should be good to start testing. Okay, so let's start by asking the same question. So let's say, can you plan a two-day trip to Paris? In this case, it's using the web to create itinerary. Okay, you can see it's created a detailed response. Next, I'm going to ask about, can you also help me find flights to Paris from New York? And this time it's going to use the child agent, which is the flight booking agent. So here you can see it's got two flight options, Delta and Air France. It's showing me the cost. And then lastly, now I'm going to ask, also show me few hotel options in Paris. And this time you can see it's calling our standalone agent, the hotel search agent that we just created, in order to get the hotel options. And over here, you can see it's able to give us few options. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 options with nightly costs, amenities, address, check-in, check-out time. So here you have seen how we have created a travel buddy agent which can create itineraries, find flight information using this child agent, and also um, find hotel information using this standalone agent. So this is how you can quickly create your multi-agent setup in Copilot Studio. So in this case, right now we are only connecting to Copilot Studio agents, but down the line you will be able to add agents that are created in Foundry and also from M365 Agent SDK. Any agents that are created using M365 Agent SDK. So this was a quick tutorial on how you can set up multi-agent uh, design for your use case using Copilot Studio. I hope this was useful. If you have any questions, do let me know using comments, and I'll make sure to get back to you when I get a chance. Thanks again for watching.